Oh great, another tweet from Pokemon Go. Just announced the Halloween event already. Oh. The Pokemon Go Halloween event starts today, in a couple hours from now, but it'll already be live as you're watching this video. It's Halloween season, and it comes with quite a bit, including some new Pokemon. So let's read through the announcement here quickly. So, the Halloween event is on, and the in-game announcement, which you've probably all read if you've opened your game at all today, has a lot more detail. The event starts October 23rd at 1 p.m. Pacific time and lasts until November 1st at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So, what is that? Nine-ish days? 9 days. And Giratina in raid battles, October 23rd at 1 p.m. Pacific time through November 20th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So almost an entire month for Giratina raids. The event, again, features Ghost and Dark-type Pokemon, such as Drifloon and Stunky. So that should also include the Gen 1 through 3 Ghost types. We'll see Ghastly, we'll see Mischievous, we'll see Murkrow, the Shiny Ghost from last year, Shuppet, and Duskull, maybe even Sableye. Shiny Drifloon will have a chance to appear. So, the new Shiny for the event looks like Shiny Drifloon, which I'm excited about because Drifblim was my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon. I finally broke the cycle of choosing a round ground-type Pokemon as my favorite. It's still round, but it's Ghost-type in this case. And Drifloon just has the creepiest Pokedex entry, so I love it. Professor Willow needs help with limited-time special research featuring the Ghost and Dark-type Pokemon Spiritomb. So there it is, the special research will be for Spiritomb, a Ghost and Dark-type Pokemon, originally the first Pokemon to not have any weaknesses because of its types covering each other's resistances. When Fairy-type was added, it became weak to Fairy, but that's its only weakness. Additional field research focusing on Ghost and Dark-type Pokemon will be available, so hopefully a lot of the Ghosts that have Shiny variants will be available through research as well as in the wild. And the Ghost and Dragon-type legendary Pokemon Giratina will appear in raid battles, and we'll be doing that first Giratina raid very soon. We'll go over counters and everything you need to know about that. Plus, new items featuring Ghost-type Pokemon available in the Style Shop, so maybe some Halloween costumes there. And double catch candy bonus. So no double candy for transferring, no double candy for anything else, but for catching Pokemon. So get out there and catch Pokemon because, I mean, that's what this game's all about, right? And we're live. It is 1 o'clock. Special research. We're starting with the new special research. Trainer Tips Nick, you've dropped by just in time. I was out on my regular walk one evening. I stumbled upon this odd stone. Something told me to bring it back to my lab for further research, and ever since then, strange things have been happening. Papers shifting around, water glasses tipping all by themselves. This is getting a little too spooky for me, Professor. When I tried using my computer to research it, I got an error with the number 108 flashing. Trainer Tips Nick, can you help gather some data on the nearby Ghost-type Pokemon? Yes, sir. I have to believe we can solve these spooky occurrences with science. I have a lot of special research. A spooky message. Catch 10 Ghost-type Pokemon, make 8 great throws, use 108 berries to help catch Pokemon. That's a lot of berries, but I'm on it. There is a lot going on right now. First of all, apparently Mewtwo could learn Shadow Ball via TM. It seems like at 1 o'clock when Mewtwo was taken out of Legendary Raids, its move pool was accidentally reverted back to its pre-Tier 5 and reverted back to its EX move pool, so it included Shadow Ball. Any Mewtwo caught after 1 o'clock could learn Shadow Ball, so maybe that one. Also, it was TMable, so if you're not following on Twitter, you should be, because the fastest news comes out there. Now, as for the event, Drifloon everywhere, and a Stunky. So the confirmed new Gen 4 Pokemon as of right now, Drifloon, Drifblim, obviously the evolution there, and then Stunky and Skuntank, plus Spiritomb through the special research. The question has come up a lot, why 108, why 1080 Stardust for the reward? The answer is that 108 has a lot to do with Spiritomb. According to its Pokedex entry, it's made up of 108 souls or spirits. It weighs 108 kilograms. It's number 108 in the Sinnoh Pokedex, so 108. Now, along with the new Gen 4 Pokemon, we have quite a few existing Ghost and Dark type spawning. I can't see any of them because I need to catch a Drifloon, but first of all, that's going to include a lot of shiny Pokemon. Shuppet, Duskull, Sableye from last year's Halloween event. We also have now shiny Houndour, Murkrow, Poochyena. A lot of Ghost and Dark types can be shiny in Pokemon Go, and a lot of them are spawning in increased numbers right now during this event. So this is probably the best event we've had for shiny hunting because there are just so many Pokemon spawning that can be shiny right now. Also, there's lots of new research, so we can go into that as well. Hatch an Egg, that's not new. Transfer 10 Pokemon, that's one we've seen before. That's going to be Mischievous. We have Catch 5 Dark-type Pokemon. And here's me in the future reading off a list of all the confirmed new research, because I don't know what it is right now. Welcome to the future. New research includes Catch 10 Ghost-type Pokemon. The reward for that is Sableye, and that can be shiny, of course. Sableye is also spawning in the wild in fairly increased numbers. We have Catch 5 Dark-type Pokemon for 500 Stardust, Evolve 3 Duskull or Shuppet for a rare candy, Catch 5 Poochyena or Houndour. You can get Sneasel out of that. Again, Weavile is not added yet, but if you do get a good Sneasel, hold on to it because it will evolve soon in Gen 4. And then Transfer 10 Pokemon, a quest we've seen before, for Mischievous. Again, Mismagius is not added yet, but will come soon. Not as much new research as I expected, and only one potential shiny from that research. And of course there is the special research with Spiritomb as a reward. Shout out to Pokémon GO down in Santiago for the infographic. And now, back to the past. Apparently this is the spot, this is the corner. Is this building haunted? What's going on here? We have not only Drifloon and Stunky, the two new Gen 4 that are spawning in the wild, we also have a Murkrow and a Hitmontop. So I'm going to start with Drifloon because that is a lure spawn and could be shiny. Also evolves, or maybe Drifloon is now my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon, and I'll show you why. First of all, it's round. You guys know I like round Pokemon, or at least I did when every new generation came out. My favorite was always a round Pokemon. No, don't you run from me. I do need to use 108 berries, so... Got it. And guess what? I remembered a lucky egg. So, that's a little XP for me. 1220, new catch. Drifloon in the Pokedex. Now we're gonna go straight to the Pokedex, to my Sinnoh Dex, and read this. Wandering souls gathered together to form this Pokemon. When trying to make friends with children, Drifloon grabs them by the hand. Okay, that's not as creepy as it normally is. In a lot of the other games, the Pokedex says that it takes children away. If a child grabs its hand, the child just disappears, never to be seen again. So, if you're playing with your kids, watch out for these Drifloon. And of course, also right here, the other new Gen 4 Pokemon, Stunky. This one cannot be shiny. It's a dark and poison type, and I have 104 berries to go. I like Stunky also. I did use Stunky and Skuntank on my first playthrough of Diamond version, back when Gen 4 first released, so kind of a nostalgic Pokemon for me. 1200 XP, new Pokemon in the Pokedex. The only one left as of right now is going to be Spiritomb. Again, from research. Oh, look at that, there's so many more. And personally, I was expecting the new Ghost-type evolutions to be included in the Halloween event. As of right now, it looks like they're not. You can't evolve Murkrow, you can't evolve Sneasel, you can't evolve Mischievous, can't evolve Dusclops, so it looks like the new Gen 4 Ghost and Dark-type evolutions of existing Pokemon have not been added, unfortunately. Let me just shiny check the Murkrow and grab it. Wild Hitmontop. Nice. Also back from Halloween events past, Pikachu with a witch hat and with a shiny variant. So I know it's not that exciting. We're a little tired of Pikachu with hats, but this one does have a shiny, so get out there, check them at least. You don't have to keep them, but check them because there could be a shiny. Not exactly the spookiest spot, but here it is, Giratina, the new legendary raid boss, a Gen 4 Pokemon, a Ghost and Dragon type, and along with it, there are quite a few other new raid bosses. They are mostly ghost and dark type Pokemon, and here's a full list. Yo, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
While we're waiting, real quick, best counters, dragon and ghost types, definitely Rayquaza. Dragon Tail Outrage is going to be the highest DPS out of all of them. Any of your other dragon types that you've been using for other stuff, Dragonite with Dragon Tail Outrage, or Dragon Breath if you have it, Dragon Claw. Salamence, Dragon Tail Draco Meteor. Latios with Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw. And then as far as ghost and dark type attackers, which are also super effective, Shadow Ball Mewtwo, of course, Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball Gengar, and then Bite Crunch Tyranitar. So we're going in with 5. It's going to be a close one, I think. It's definitely possible. Trio is easily possible. Duo might be possible. I don't know. Ask King. He knows these things better than I do. But with the right counters, definitely a pretty easy raid boss. It has big defensive stats, highest defense, highest HP out of a lot of dragon and ghost type Pokemon. Its attack stat is decent. Unfortunately, its moves are hot garbage. It does get Shadow Claw, which is good. It's a great move. As for a ghost type charge move though, Shadow Sneak is pretty much the ghost equivalent of Twister. So yeah, not fun. This is also the altered form of Giratina. It does have another form, Origin form. I don't know when or how we're gonna see that in Pokemon Go, but the stats are slightly different for that form. Moves will probably be different for that also, since we can see different moves for Deoxys' forms in the game data. So, oh yeah, we're making good time. We'll be fine. The most difficult movesets for a raid boss Giratina are probably going to be what it has right here, which is Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw, because that's going to be the super effective moves against the best counters, the dragon type counters. If you don't get any dragons in your recommended Pokemon, that probably is a good indication that the Giratina has dragon type moves, and those are the ones you're going to want to watch out for. Well, Gengar's going to go down quick no matter what. But actually, oh, this might be a little closer than I thought. I'm going to have to revive though. Definitely going to max revive. And that should be it. So there we go. 5-man, pretty easily, 60 seconds left on the clock. And that's, I mean, I know my counters are less than optimal. Now the interesting thing is, we thought that 1931 was going to be perfect IVs for Giratina. That was assuming that Niantic applied the same 9% nerf that it has to Groudon, to Kyogre, to Mewtwo. But if you look here, this Giratina, 2443. That's without a weather boost. It looks like, at this point, Giratina has not been nerfed the same way that Niantic nerfs most of the other legendaries that max out above 4,000 CP. So I'm going to put the confirmed numbers on screen because I don't know what they are right now. But again, it looks like Giratina has not been nerfed like other legendary raid bosses have. There we go. Excellent throw. Golden Raspberry. 3. Got it. No lucky egg. No lucky egg. But new Pokemon. Giratina in the Pokedex. Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw. Really strong. So look at that, 2443, not even the best IV appraisal. All right, let's figure this out. And we figured it out. It turns out Niantic accidentally used the Origin form stats without a 9% nerf applied. That has since been changed, and all Giratina that you catch from here on out will follow the correct stat formula, which is the altered form, the correct form, plus a 9% nerf to its stats. Now, if you already caught one before the change, like this one, it'll still show that old CP, but if you power it up one time, it's going to revert, plus negative 527, down to the proper CP. So the stats are reverted, Giratina is where it's supposed to be, and all is right in the world, the distortion world. So again, Giratina's here, and because it follows its regular stats, it again isn't the best attacker. It really got nerfed on the moves. Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw is pretty good, but its attack stat is outclassed by lots of other dragons, including all the pseudo-legendaries, Dragonite, Salamence, Garchomp, And we do have a lot more dragon types coming as legendary bosses here during the Gen 4 era of Pokemon Go. Now, it is pretty tanky. It's good defensively, so it's going to have high TDO, total damage output. So if that ever becomes a factor, like in PvP, I would assume that would be more important than in raid battles where you're basically racing against the clock. Giratina will be a good choice because, again, it is bulky and has a pretty decent attack stat. It's just not going to deal the DPS or match the DPS of a lot of other dragon types or ghost types. So with that said, welcome to Halloween in Pokemon Go. Lots more coming. See you soon.